Hi, we're going to play with the Gansai Tambi by Kuretake. They come in lots of different size packages. You can have down to a size, I think if there's 6 in a pack, 12 in a pack, 18 in a pack. This is one of the largest sets, and as you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. The array of colours, but they all mix with each other, so however small your palette is, you'll be able to make lots more colours than you started with. They are a mixture between watercolour and gouache, so they're nice and creamy. They work really well on black card as well as white, which is unheard of for a watercolour. You can use them for lots and lots of different projects. We're going to make a bit of a rainbow today, and to start the colours off, I'm going to spray with a bit of water just to get those colours going. Do try and let the palette dry completely before you put your lid back on, because it will stick and it will move in transit, as mine always does, because I'm very impatient. So I'm going to take some of the red. I'm using it quite thickly, adding it to the card. Orange. Because we're going to add a lot of water in a moment, so I'm putting it on nice and thick. This looks really good when you do it on a canvas as well. If you want to start with a nice background for home decor. I'm just washing my brush in between in case I contaminate the other colours. If you do get, like I have here, I've got yellow on my red, you can just take a baby wipe, wipe it, and it will come straight off. So don't worry too much. And then I think we'll finish off with that lovely deep purple just on the end. There we go. So I'm just going to move my Gansais out of the way, pop it over there, and I'm going to, hopefully you're going to be able to see what I'm doing with the overhead. I'm going to put a bit of tissue there, and I'm just going to take my water spray, try and keep my card at a good angle, and I'm just going to spray across the top there, and I'm going to let that water run down and take those colours with it. The colours don't need to reach all the way to the bottom. It's going to give you a great effect. Even the tissue is pretty at the end. Right, I'm going to get my heat gun and I'm going to dry it off so we can add some stamps to it. There we go. I'll show you these beautiful colours before we put these stamps on it. I'm going to use one of these, my favourite fairies, Holding the Wish. Bit of Versamark Claire Black. I'm going to make her as a silhouette so the rainbow really does pop rather than adding her in colour. Press down. There we go, and I'm just going to add some greenery at the top just to frame the rainbow. Oops. Just to draw your eye down to that lovely fairy. I'm going to do a bit of second stamping, so I'm not re-inking every time because I really want lots of different shades, so some's in the foreground and some's in the background. Let me just take that one off. There we go. Now the only thing this magical place needs is some glitter. So we talked before about the Wink of Stella, which is the pen, which gives you really preciseness, and you can add that to the wings to make her particularly glittery, but the new product that is out is a drop of shimmer. And for many years I asked for Wink of Stella loose in the liquid form so that we could play with it with mixed media, we can add it to things, we can splash it, and they finally came good and gave it to us. They come in a really nice glass square bottle. My sample looks slightly different, but you'll get even more in your bottle than I've got in mine. We're stocking it in silver, gold and glitter, clear glitter, so depending on what you fancy. You need to give them a really good shake, because obviously the glitter will fall to the bottom. But they're all really pretty. And there's a lot of things you'll be able to mix this with that you already have in your craft room. So I'm going to take just the paintbrush. I'm just going to pick some up. Make sure I'm not splashing everything with it. And I'll just take another pen. I will hold it up in a minute and you'll be able to see just how these drops add that touch of magic. And I've got a little bit left on my brush, so I'll add it to her wings. So it's quite see-through, it's just adding that sparkle. There we go. And again, I will dry this with the heat gun, but I'll let you see the sparkle first. Thought we might make a rainbow on black card just to show how great these paints are. The Gansai Tambis, some work on white, some work on black, some work on both, but you will really have fun playing and trying them out. I thought we would stamp a fairy and emboss her and then fill her world with colour. So a little bit of Versamark. Stamp her down. There we go. So we'll heat her up. Hopefully she'll disappear just for a short time before we add the paints. Give her a blast. There we go, you can kind of see her. She's been stamped and embossed in clear, which she's hopefully disappeared into her background. I'm going to wet the gem colours. This would also work with the normal Gansai as well. It's just that I really fancy having it sparkly and mica-y, if that is even a word. Let's add some colour. Doesn't have to be in the rainbow order, we could do this in any order really. But you can see how beautiful the mica is in that paint. Just rinsing my brush in between each one. I'm running out of water, so let's start a new brush. Let's go in with that gold. Let's add some yellow. And green. Bit of the blue. Such a lovely colour. These greens and blues and yellows would work perfectly with the Undersea collection from Lavinia. They really would add some touch of sparkle. And a bit of the purple. And then we're just going to spray it. Let it go down. Find its own place. So the paint's resisting the lovely little fairy. And then we'll give it a blast. get a bit of tissue and I'm just going to blot her off so that her image becomes a lot crisper. Just polish her off a little bit. And then we'll mount this and add a sentiment, and hopefully you can see the beautiful mica with the fairy hiding in the night.